just stay calm. And all along we've been saying, don't be scared, just be prepared. So now it's don't be scared, we are prepared. We're prepared. So we'll get you through tonight. Going to be a very busy night. A lot going on, a lot of tornado warnings. Hurricane Irma is getting closer, so the anxiety level is going up for all of us. Everybody breathe. Just a big deep breath right now. Big deep breath. Because here at Central Florida, we are aware of hurricane season. We've prepared. We know what happens during hurricanes. We went through this with Matthew. This is a different story, but everybody, that collective deep breath, and watch as these storms come in, and you're in your safe place. And then we're going to get out to Greg. So we've got 1, we've got 2, we've got 3, we've got 4, we have 5, and we have 6. And this is actually a pretty good area of wind that is rushing away, but starting to try and rotate, sitting out over Bithlo. We do have a tornado warning for central and northern Brevard County, for northern Flagler County as well. And by the way, we were able to give you about 15-20 minutes heads up before that warning was issued that was coming on in, and we watched it closely. Jamie and I were tracking that out, and at one point had 83-mile-per-hour winds, and that was at least the most intense wind is right now.
Okay.
Here's Lake Apopka. So Apopka and the 429, Paradise Heights, Tildenville, Ocoee, as we get down toward just north of Gotha, just north of Windermere, Winter Garden Village. That is where the most intense band is at this time, as far as the winds are concerned. Let me sample some of these. And again, David talked about this earlier. As I put some of these numbers out here, you're seeing the high numbers, 78, 75, 77. The radar is pointing out and up, so a lot of these are just up off the ground or aloft, although we are still getting some strong gusts. And out toward Lake Apopka, yes, we are probably sustaining the winds 50 to 65 miles per hour. Some of those gusts could be approaching 75 miles per hour. Yeah, we're doing props.
Yeah, this explains his wardrobe. He's got a very nice Spectrum Networks fleece.
And the fleece is coming in handy. We're going to go about 75, Yvette, but we have some climbing to do. Temperatures right now in the 40s and 50s. Yes, a little bit of a breeze, so the air has a bite to it this morning. That's the reason we've got the fleece jacket on. And the kids are going to need the fleece jacket this morning, but not this afternoon. Let's take a look outside. Our live shot here from the FEC Mortgage Weather Cam, pointed back down on the roof of the News 13 parking garage. And yes, we're down here right now. Tony Rojek behind the camera, keeping warm with his stocking cap on. That's how chilly it is up here. Green going toward, red going away. And we do have some, it's a little broad. The one over DeLand, there we go. We've got a better scan on that one that still looks like a really good rotation as it's sliding over the west side of DeLand right now. This is the area I'm talking about. You get your reds together, your greens together here, and this is where the storm is rotating at this time. Those of you right now, southeast 120th, southeast 110th Street or Road, Ocala Road, up toward Maricamp Road, southeast 72nd Avenue, southeast 89th Street, you all need to be in a safe place right now, again, away from windows, and making sure that you are in an interior room, putting as many walls between you and that storm as you possibly can. Taking shelter and putting as many walls between you and the outside as you can. So maybe an interior room like a bathroom or closet, and you're staying away from the windows. So we are now down to just under a month and a half left in our hurricane season, at least officially, and we are really hoping we can take this season out on a quiet note. Going to check out the tropics, see what we have in store for us, plus your 7-day forecast. You're going to want to stay tuned for this one. You're going to find out when some of the coolest air of the season so far may be headed in our direction. All right, let's talk hurricane season, and notice that as we work our way through October, we see little bumps, and then we start sharply dropping through November. Season peaks, if you're just joining us for the first time, the season peaks here, the Atlantic season, September 10th. It's been a busy season so far. Right now, though, much quieter in the Atlantic thanks to a big sprawling area of high pressure. Quiet conditions going to stick around for at least the next 5 days. No new development is expected. And you can actually see the reason why. This is our sprawling area of high pressure. Notice the flow, fairly uniform. We'll see a couple of bubbles back out across the Gulf of Mexico and just off our east coast. Yesterday, we were showing you a stretched out area of low pressure that was being kind of ripped apart by shear and our front. So the winds aloft moving along and taking this and not causing anything as far as shower and thunderstorm activity, but a little area of low pressure pulled by Bermuda with some clouds. By the way, this is our front that just passed by us a couple days ago. Stationary boundary sitting across South Florida at this time. Quiet conditions for most of the Gulf. Southern Bay of Campeche dealing with a couple of showers. Same thing along the eastern coast here of the Yucatan Peninsula and then on down through Belize. Across the rest of the Atlantic, as I mentioned, no new development is expected over at least the next 5 to 7 days. So we bring it close at home, talk about our upper level flow. Purple line here, that is our jet stream, river of wind aloft, helping to carry our storm systems. And this time of year, we start to see it dip a little bit more as cooler air tries to come out of Canada and the north. And notice it's going to be doing so as we get into Friday. Big trough digging out here, allowing for some of that cooler air to sag south. We, meanwhile, will see high pressure build back in. Warmer air returns. We'll see more sunshine. It's been a cloudy few days. That sunshine returning, but with high pressure control, it's also going to keep us fairly dry. By Sunday, a little wiggle in the jet stream here across the upper Midwest, but watch what happens by Monday, Tuesday, and even into Wednesday. A big dip and much cooler air sagging south. A cold front coming in our direction with a good chance for showers and storms as we work our way into Tuesday, and then some of the coolest air of the season so far coming at us by Wednesday. Tonight looks like upper 60s, lower 70s for most of us. How about 62 Ocala? Looks like a night you might be able to open up the window and enjoy. Coastal shower chances and that breeze kicking up over the coast as well. Friday night football, our Spectrum Sports crew taking on Orange City University versus Lake Mary. Kickoff is at 7:30. Temperature will be a comfortable 78. Just a few clouds around, but not expecting any rainfall for that game. Chances for rain on Friday and Saturday right now only running 20% as that ridge builds on in. Here comes the next round of moisture. Rain chances at 50% Sunday, Monday, 60% Tuesday, and then back to 20% with much cooler air spilling in for Wednesday. That is your 7-day forecast. Now here's a look at Storm Tracker 13 Doppler radar. So everybody, let's take that breath. Let's take that breath. It's a little unnerving, sure is, but we're watching the wind increase now. So things that we need to do, we need to focus, safe spot, away from the windows. Got your helmet, got your shoes, got your pants on so that you can wander outside at this point if you need to get out of the house for some reason. And hopefully that's not going to happen, because I really want you to stay put, shelter in place all across Central Florida tonight. We have several hours of this. It's 8:45. We will probably be dealing with much of this very intense weather for at least the next 6 to 7 hours. And it's wearing on everybody. I know it is. Everybody, even here at News 13, everybody is feeling that emotion that is rushing forward. But at this point, the thing to remember, we don't have to be scared. We have already prepared. We've got ourselves in our safe spot. We are sheltering in place tonight, and we are praying hard. We're praying hard that this weakens more before it reaches us. Another frosty start for many of us as our temperatures have dipped into the 20s and 30s, but we're headed into the 50s this afternoon with plenty of sunshine. A great opportunity to get out on an area airboats. This is the time of year when you're going to catch some of the best wildlife, especially the alligators, who are going to be up trying to soak up some of that sunshine. Yeah, not out on the airboat today. We'll have a north breeze at 5 to 10 miles per hour. The ultraviolet index is a 4, so do make sure you grab some sunscreen. Going to need it. Another gloomy day here across Central Florida as we have a trough of low pressure digging out. It's just an extension of an area of low pressure, and it's been bringing a pretty steady onshore flow, those passing showers and a few downpours as well. We're hoping tonight we can clear the clouds a little bit, because for those of you who have been out there to spot the station in the past, pretty good viewing tonight starting at 7:13. If you can see in some of those breaks the sky, look up to the northwest. You're going to be watching this slide from the northwest to the southeast, and the International Space Station will be visible for about 6 minutes. It's a pretty lengthy time. Again, just kind of hoping that we can break these clouds that have been persistent the past few days. It is. These storms have been moving at upwards of 50 to 55 miles per hour today, Sharon, which doesn't leave folks much time. You saw in Greg's live shot there trying to hold on to that umbrella. Strongest storms are rolling toward him at this time. And if you live in Brevard County, winds could exceed 50 to 60 miles per hour. Weather team here, Beth and Tammy carrying us through in the newsroom, and I know we have reporters crews in the field. We have the crews, and tremendous thank you to the crews in the back. You guys putting in long hours, very stressful situation for everyone, and everybody here at News 13 doing an amazing job of carrying this story for Central Florida. And Tammy and Beth, I know that you've got a lot of information, so why don't we get back to you? We will do some more math, try and figure out some of the timing details as this is moving in for the next couple of hours.